Welcome back to Arsenal News TV, and today we're going to first look at Arsenal being able to seal £39.9 million transfer masterstroke in the summer transfer window, and then we're going to look at Pep Guardiola giving green light for Manchester City star to seal free transfer to Chelsea or Arsenal. So the first transfer headline states that Arsenal could seal £39.9 million transfer masterstroke in the summer transfer window, and the reports are stating that Arsenal could have the chance to sign a Borussia Dortmund midfielder they were heavily linked with in the January transfer window. Borussia Dortmund midfielder Julian Brandt was a name consistently linked with a move to Arsenal in the January transfer window, but ultimately a move to the Emirates Stadium never transpired. Instead, Julian Brandt opted to stay and fight for his place at the German Giants and has been rewarded for his efforts, making 25 league appearances this season. However, his output in those 25 appearances, as well as 7 in the Champions League and a further 3 in the DFB Pokal, has left a lot to be desired from the club's perspective. Julian Brandt boasts just 2 goals and 1 assist in a collective 35 appearances. This run of form has reportedly left Borussia Dortmund open to the idea of parting ways with the 24-year-old come the summer, with Sport Bild claiming that Arsenal could be among his potential suitors should he leave. If the Gunners are priced out of a permanent deal for on-loan Real Madrid star Martin Odegaard, manager Mikel Arteta, along with technical director Edu, will have little choice but to look elsewhere to add creativity to their struggling side. If indeed Mikel Arteta does turn his attention elsewhere, it seems Julian Brandt could be an option, and the German could save the Gunners a sizable chunk of cash. That's because it was previously reported that Dortmund could part ways with Julian Brandt for around €25 million, which estimates to £22.57 million, which is significantly lower than what the player is valued at. CIES, otherwise known as Football Observatory, values Julian Brandt at a staggering €69.3 million, which estimates to £62.56 million, with the 24-year-old under contract until 2024 at Dortmund. And even with a conservative valuation from Transfermarkt, it sits at €35 million, which estimates to £31.57 million, which means any way you cut it, Arsenal will be getting themselves a bargain at the transfer fee quoted. In fact, going from the Football Observatory valuation, Arsenal will be getting a bargain worth roughly £39.99 million more, or more than £9 million going by Transfermarkt. So it looks like Arsenal could seal £39.9 million transfer masterstroke in the summer transfer window. And since Arsenal has the opportunity and the chance to sign a Borussia Dortmund midfielder they were heavily linked with in the January transfer window. And it looks like Julian Brandt was a name consistently linked with a move to Arsenal in the January transfer window, but ultimately a move to the Emirates Stadium never transpired. But it looks like Brandt opted to stay and fight for his place at the German Giants and has been rewarded for his efforts by getting a lot of league appearances this season, and it looks like Julian Brandt can be seen as an option if Martin Odegaard doesn't sign a permanent transfer for the Gunners, and Julian Brandt could be an alternative that the Gunners were heavily linked with in the January transfer window, and maybe an opportunity for the Gunners to sign him this summer for a good transfer fee. And this nicely takes us on to the second piece of transfer news, which states that Pep Guardiola gives green light for Man City star to seal free transfer to Chelsea or Arsenal. So the reports are stating that Manchester City boss Pep Guardiola has claimed he would have no issue if club legend Sergio Aguero was to join one of Chelsea or Arsenal. Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola says he would have no problem with Sergio Aguero joining a Premier League rival in the summer transfer window. A host of clubs across Europe have been linked with the striker, who will leave the Etihad Stadium at the end of the season after a glittering career in Manchester City. Chelsea are reportedly monitoring the Argentine situation closely, with Arsenal also linked thanks to the connection to Mikel Arteta, whom Aguero worked under at Manchester City. And Pep Guardiola has admitted that we'd have no issue with the club's all-time top goalscorer remaining in England and joining another side in the top flights, even if they had to face Sergio Aguero. All of us wish the best for him, said Pep Guardiola in his pre-match press conference. We'll be delighted with the decision he takes, the best for him and his family, to find the best for Sergio for the last years of his career. My preference is his preference. His preference is my preference. The best for him is the best for us. Since his impending departure was confirmed, shirt sales with Aguero 10 on the back have skyrocketed, while the club have announced a statue of the forward will be cast in his honour. Pep Guardiola continued, "Sergio is a lovely person with specific qualities and skills. I understand him, I know him, and I understand he needs time to get in the best condition. Arsenal are the less likely of the two London-based outfits to make a move for the forward, given the fact they recently secured Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang to a 3-year contract, reportedly worth up to £300,000 per week. Chelsea, however, may be tempted, given the struggles in front of goal their current crop of attackers are facing. Summer signing Timo Werner has scored just twice in 5 months, with Tammy Abraham also either misfiring or ruled out through injury. Blues boss Thomas Tuchel could see Aguero as a suitable option to help nurture the young forwards as the Blues bid to mount a serious title tilt next season in the German's first full campaign in charge of the club. So it looks like Pep Guardiola has given green light for Manchester City to seal free transfer to both Chelsea or Arsenal. Sergio Aguero's links to Arsenal have been predominantly due to his time with Mikel Arteta at Manchester City, and you can see that Pep Guardiola really admires Sergio Aguero, as he says that whatever his preference is, it will also be his preference, and whatever his preference is will also be Sergio Aguero's preference. So you can clearly see that they both have a very good connection, and they're going to allow each other for whatever decision he takes. And Pep Guardiola says that even if he moves to Arsenal or if he moves to Chelsea and we have to face him as a opponent, we will have to take it, and I still respect Sergio Aguero for his decision. But when it comes to Arsenal, do they need to sign Sergio Aguero? Well, we recently heard that following Balogun has signed a new deal with the Gunners, and it's going to be a 4-year contract. If Arsenal are going to go with the youngsters instead of old players that have used us as a retirement club, I think it's best to go with young players who are fit and hungry to play for Mikel Arteta and play for Arsenal as a club. We still don't know Alexandre Lacazette's situation, and we don't know if Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang can get back to his best, as he's also a prolific goalscorer when he's in his best form. But other than that, guys, remain blessed. Stay tuned for the next video, and peace.